Hey, welcome to another video. Today we're talking about Valentine's Day because I made a Valentine's core artwork and I really want to talk about it. Valentine's Day is a day full of love and romance, though let's be real, I wouldn't know because I've been single forever. But it's alright, it's okay. My time will come. I know that some people think it's a horrible day because it was concocted by big capitalism, so we spend more money. But there's countless ways to enjoy this holiday without spending money. You could organize a picnic with your loved one and make snacks with ingredients you already have at home. You can hand make your gift like origami, making paper flowers or writing a really heartfelt letter. I'm sure your loved ones will appreciate that. I think it's a good excuse to just hang out with your loved ones and spend quality time together. Yeah, so I spend time making artwork because I love drawing and it's a love letter to me. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So when I sit down and make art but I don't have an idea, I make some lists. So I knew I wanted to make it pink or red themed because those are the classic Valentine's Day colors. I also wrote down things I know are related to the central theme. So for this piece there was hearts, love, cards, flowers, Cupid, letters, angels, chocolate, cake, and dates. In relation to dates, I thought of picnics and kissing. At this point, I hopped onto Pinterest to see examples of what others have made before, and I saw a cool character design about a girl who delivers love letters. That was pretty cute. So then I was thinking, maybe the story of the artwork would be someone is about to deliver a chocolate or some flowers. Or maybe angels are shooting arrows at lovers, or maybe it's a couple on a date. And then I thought, oh, why not some friends watching a love confession between their other friends? But let's be honest, I just wanted to draw my OCs. I started sketching ideas for the friends watching a love confession idea. One of them was the friends hiding behind a wall in the background. I didn't like the way it turned out, so I tried again with a different angle. This one looks way better, but the focus ended up being on the friends. I mean, I know that's what the main idea was, but I wanted them to be in the background. So then I tried one where they were watching from stairs in a shared home. That's because in my comic, most of the main characters live together. This is mostly for convenience. The company they work for provide housing for their employees, so it was an easy yes for them. Though their home is pretty large, so it is possible for them not to see each other all the time. They probably still get sick of each other though, right? Maybe I'll change their housing situation later. Anyways, I traced some pictures to get the general composition down, but in the end, I still didn't like it. Oh my god. So I looked up some stairs on Pinterest and I found a couple of stone stair references, like that was in a forest. I like this idea way better. It would make more sense for the characters to confess on a mission, I think. They'd be surrounded by nature, and honestly, I could use a practice too. Not sure how a confession scene would happen in the actual comic, but this is a great standalone piece, I think. I wanted to try making the piece with my own perspective grid, so I made the horizon way up high so the stairs look like they'd be going on forever. I planned some basic shapes, like how big the foreground stairs would be and where I wanted to place these convenient bushes. Yeah, I wanted some bushes with heart-shaped fruits growing on them because, Valentine's theme. Then I sketched the stairs, bushes and trees. I had a lot of fun with the stairs. I spent a really long time on them. I made them all different sizes so they'd be interesting to look at, so if you weren't looking at the characters, there'd be something else interesting to see. I then sketched out all the characters. I was considering whether I should just leave the two in the front as the only people in the piece. It would definitely look nice, but I ended up adding the friends because the main idea was that friends are watching a love confession. The sketch shows off way more personality though. I tried to keep it consistent through to the end, but it was a little hard with all the details that the characters have. I did my best in the moment and I'm so proud of how it ended up looking. Practicing expression and character acting will be something I can focus on in the future. I didn't know I had this weakness before, but I do now, which is why it's good to just keep drawing. Once I was happy with the sketch, I moved on to the line art. The stairs are really fun to draw. As I've said before, I added heaps of detail, which I later removed because it was taking too much attention away from the characters. I wanted a sketchy hand-drawn look to the line art, so I didn't use any rulers while making the lines. The stabilization of the pen was pretty low, so the lines would look more shaky. I also added heaps of line weight to the stones. The rocks that were touching got thicker lines, so it would give the impression that there was some shadows in between. I then made sure to draw the heart fruits in the bushes, and I did it now instead of later because I knew I'd forget otherwise. I also drew the trees pretty wonky and varied the line weight. It would match the rest of the piece while also looking interesting. Yeah, so now I was pretty much just finishing off the leftovers, like the background trees and the heart bushes all the way in the back. So let's talk about my characters. The one all the way in the back is Zavin. He's a knight with magic powers. He used to be a higher up at the workplace, so everyone works at the same place. But he decided to low-key retire, and now he works with the main gang in their missions instead. So now he's the guy they go to for general advice and mission planning. Next is Vishali. She usually has a magic staff with her, but I didn't want to figure out how to add it into the existing composition, so I didn't add it. She is the younger sister of Zavin, actually. They have a 6-year age gap, but time runs differently when they're out on their missions, so Zavin is actually mentally way more mature. Anyway, Vishali has braided hair, which I drew as hearts for the Valentine theme. I'm not sure if I want her design to have braids. I've been drawing her with her hair out in recent sketches. She has really wavy hair and it's really fun to draw. I guess I'll see how I feel later. So next up, the one holding onto Visha is Celeste. She's an angel from a different planet, not from Earth, so I guess she's the only non-Earthling in the main cast. So far in the story, she was scouted out by the two in the front because they needed a really skilled healer in their party. I don't know how they end up finding her though. She's a princess on a different planet. How are you supposed to ask a princess to come join you on adventures? Well, I guess that's a problem I'll fix later. So the one at the front on the left, his name is Solaris. Yeah, his namesake is pretty on the nose. He's literally the ray of sunshine character. His name means the sun. That's pretty obvious, right? Yeah, so he likes to stay positive. He has mechanical supports for his legs because he's a pretty weak guy. I mean, of course, he doesn't let that stop him from visiting other planets. He loves researching and finding new things, which is low-key why he's the main character of the main cast. He wears his little explorer outfit because, well, he is an explorer. The guy he's confessing to is Cass. They met in childhood and have been friends ever since. I wanted Sol to be the one confessing first because I think it suits the relationship. Cass made friends with Sol first, so Sol should be the one to confess his love first. It's kind of a mirrored situation, and I think he's really cute. Yeah, Cass is a cool guy. He's the type of person who looks really cool and intimidating on the outside, but when you actually talk to him, you realize he's really sweet and charming. Yeah, so he's the OC that changed the most since his first design. I changed everything except for the coolness. The coolness is the base of his design. Yeah, well, I'm making another video about these peeps, so I guess that's all I'll say for now. So back to the time lapse. It was time for the bouquet. Yippee! I went into full detail mode, which I later regretted. The extreme detail made the bouquet stand out for the wrong reason. It didn't match the rest of the piece, so I redrew it. Yeah, so this is where I erased all that extra detailing I did. Oh man, it was cool, but it did not match the overall vision of the piece. Goodbye extra detail. It was nice knowing you. So after spending like 1 billion hours on the liner, actually it was more like 3 to 4 hours, I went with simple coloring. Again, I did it again. I spent all my brain cells on the line, so I had 3 to spare on the color. How unfortunate. However, the colors are so pretty, and it really feels like a Valentine's themed art now. Oh man, it was pretty hard to translate the palette colors onto the characters. None of them have pink in the design. But it turned out okay. I tried to keep the values the same, so Celeste's hair is blonde, so I used one of the lighter pinks for it. And Cass's hair is really dark, so I used the darkest color in the piece, the liner. So I also need to change the liner colors too. The piece looks way softer and more unified, and I'm so glad I did it. So that was my Valentine's core artwork. You know, Cass's last name is Valentine, so it makes sense that he's at the front, right? Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. How was your Valentine's this year? Oh my god, any outings you'd love to tell me about? Let me know. I want to read all your comments. I wish you the best, and I'll see you next time.